all you beautiful souls, this is Rishvika and welcome to Minding Ways. So being an English honors student, I think it's my moral responsibility to make videos on such topics as well. Well, I'm just kidding. But yes, now I'm not at all saying that I'm very perfect with the language. I mean, no one is. We are all learners of language and always will be. But yes, I have learned quite a few things about English, some common errors, and I'm really excited to share them with you. I mean, we should share what we learn, right? And of course, the credit for this video goes to our English professors who, despite our frequent silly mistakes, always correct them. Now, before we start, you know the rules. Well, I'm just kidding, no rules. There are no rules in our channel. But yes, if you are new here, welcome to our YouTube family. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please show your love and support by liking, commenting, sharing. But if you don't like the video, well, you always have that comment section to give your suggestions. Now, enough of the introductory talks. Let's just get right into the video. The first two words are then and then. Now, THEN then is used when you are relating to time, and THAN then is used when you are making a comparison. There is a sentence which has, and then all of a sudden this happened. So here THEN is used. And when you are making a comparison, like she's more quick than her, so here THAN will be used. So I remembered it like that, like when we make comparisons, it's basically with the A grade. So when we have A in THAN, then it's for comparison, and when it's THEN, then obviously it's for time. So now the next two words are quiet and quiet. Now these are those two words that confused me for a very long time. Now when you use QUIET, it's an adjective which refers to making very less noise. Now when you use QUITE, it's an adverb which refers to something less or something more but not complete. For example, you will use QUIET when you're saying she's so quiet today, but you will use QUITE when you will say she's quite good at this. Now how you remember it? When you are using QUIET, which refers to very little noise or being silent, you are not letting the words come out of your mouth. That is what quiet means, right? So you will not let that E come out of the T. It will come before T, if that made any sense. So basically, when you are using quiet for being silent, you're not letting your words come out of your mouth. So you will not let that E come after T. You will just stop it with that T. So it will be QUIET. And when you are saying it's quite good, you're adding something extra to good to make it more impressive or more impactful. So E will come after T because you are adding something extra by using quiet. So that's quite good. So E will come after T. If that logic made any sense, that's just to help you remembering the two words, the difference between the two words. Now next is breath and breathe. I know the pronunciation are totally different for the two words, but in spelling we often make the mistake. Now when you are using BREATH, it is a noun. It refers to the air that you're inhaling and exhaling. But when you use BREATHE, it's a verb. It's the action of inhaling and exhaling. Now comes complement and complement. When you are using E in complement, COMPLEMENT, it refers to something complementing the other. I mean, it refers to something that goes well together. But when you use complement with an I, COMPLIMENT, it refers to saying something good about someone. Now these are the two abbreviations that are often mixed up. These are EG and IE. Now EG is used for example and IE is used for that is. Next is empathy and sympathy. Oh my god, these two words are my favorite. I mean, the favorite as in when we confuse between them, and there is this slight difference. When we use empathy, we are connecting to the other person. We are feeling what the other person is feeling. But when we use sympathy, we are sorry for that person. There is this feeling of pity for that person. So yes, that is the difference between empathy and sympathy. The next two words are into and in. Now into and in, the main difference lies in the movement. When there is a movement, then you will use into, but when a certain thing already exists somewhere, then you will use in. For example, she is in the room. She already exists in the room. And she is going into the field. Because there is this movement, she is still going, so you will use into. The next is its and its. It's ITS and IT apostrophe S. Now, being an English honors student, I feel a kind of shame to confess this, but I've been confused between these two since my last semester, I guess. I know it's really shameful being an English honors student, but yes. Like I said, we are all learners, and these are some small mistakes that we often neglect or we don't pay heed to. So, IT apostrophe S is used when you are saying it is, and its ITS, its is used when you are referring to a belonging. Now, okay, the last one, stationary and stationary. Stationary with an A and stationary with an E. When you are using stationary with an A, STATIONARY, you are referring to standing still. But when you are using stationary with an E, STATIONERY, you are referring to papers and all that, the stationary stuff. Now please let me know in the comment section that you knew the difference between stationary with an A and stationary with an E, या फिर आप सोचते थे जो अच्छा लगे वही आ जाएगा AE. What's the difference? So that was it for today's video. I hope I was of some help to you guys. If you like the video, then do share it with your friends and family, because who knows, it may really be beneficial for someone, and it will be. See you next time. Till then, stay blessed, stay happy.